Hey guys, Captain Dave. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning here, going on a Wednesday. I've actually got a dual trip tomorrow. I've got an AM and a PM trip. Both will be a mix of shiners and artificials. But I wanted, and my vlog is exporting as we speak. But I wanted to give you a quick lake report. I didn't put a lake report in the vlog, and I want to make sure I do. The wind is still howling on Lake Okeechobee. And it's going to continue to do that for a little bit. But the fishing is good. There's clear water to be found. There's bass to be caught. Even in kind of stained water, the fish are biting really well. We're dealing with fish now that have come in on that new moon, and they're actually getting on the beds. In fact, I fished a couple of fish up in Hardy Pond today that were actually sitting on a bed, and I have not done that very many times since I've been in Clewiston and I've been on Lake Okeechobee. But having said that, by the way, there's a lot of really clean water in Harney Pond, particularly out in the hydrilla beds. Now, you got to work your way towards the north portion of Harney Pond as you're starting to get out of the pond and start to go up towards North Shore. There's really some clean water there, and with that, there's some really good quality fish. We fishing today up there had probably 16, maybe 18 fish, but what was important about it was the fact that the water was really clean. Caught them on a jig, but mostly on a Senko, and that's what I want to let you know. Weightless Senko, even in the strong winds, you can fish a weightless Senko, but you got to be mindful to make sure that you're fishing it probably with the wind. That's probably the easiest way, and fish it real slow. These fish are picking it up and carrying it away after it's sat for a little bit. Having said that too, the most important thing about the fishing report right now is I want you to understand that when the wind is blowing like this, you're going to be dealing with water that's moved out of areas because it got blown out of areas. I was up in Rita yesterday and caught them pretty good, actually. Again, found some water. Actually, I lost a really big fish up there. And but by and large had a really good day, all our officials. But I was on the Clewiston side of Rita Island, and when it was time to go, fished most of the day. When it was time to go, I couldn't get up on step. I wound up stuck in the mud to a certain degree. I had to idle out. I actually had to get out on my trolling motor. Really careful with your motors this time of year when that kind of thing happens. If you keep sucking dirt, you're going to do some real damage to your equipment. And so if you got a trolling motor out, do it. But having said that, be mindful of that. There's also some clean water, and there are fish in East Wall and in West Wall. I know the crappie fishing is really good again just on the entrance to East Wall from the Clewiston Cut, and there's also a big school of bass in there as well. Now they've moved up, and some of them have started to spawn, so they're not on the outside Kissimmee grass as much now, but they're pushed further up in. But you get a flipping stick. I recommend a push pole just to keep from spooking all the fish, and you can catch a good one. You can catch a group of good ones. I wanted to just kind of let you know that. I want to let you know that the fish are biting. Be careful where you run. Make sure you're setting down early and outside and then working your way in. If you're going to go to Rita Island, you're going to have to go from the lakeside. Coming in from the donut hole right now is you may not get back out of there that way. So be mindful of those things. Also want to let you know I'm only 100 subscribers away from the big troll car giveaway. Keep plugging away. Share. I've got a surprise.